Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Daily Tarot Love Reading. My name's Morty, and I'm very excited to have you guys here. Today is Friday, June the 28th, and the time is 1:24 p.m. We love Fridays. I love Fridays. I think you guys probably love Fridays, too. Yeah, my favorite weekday of the week. And today's a beautiful day outside where I live in the world. It's warm and sunny. To be honest, I planned on trying to do today's reading from the rooftop. But however, just with scheduling on my end, with everything that I need to do today, it's not a good day for me to try to do that. So I'll attempt to either try to sneak up sometime this weekend or next week for sure, and do a reading from there. So, anyways. For starters, I wanted to reach out to all of you and thank all of you for all the love and the support that so many of you have offered and shared with me and my family, specifically with my dad and his health. I can't tell you how appreciative I am. The energy that you send, it makes a difference. I believe in that. I really do. I believe wholeheartedly in the healing power of energy, and I believe that we have the ability to send energy, right, with pure love and pure intention to others, right, and it does have a way of reaching them and making a difference. I just absolutely believe that. So, thank all of you for all your love and all your support. Your compassion, your understanding. It means a lot. Okay, so last night, that was kind of an interesting night for me. So I turned off the television and everything, relatively early for me. And I turned on my little speaker. And what I wanted to do is I'm kind of taking a minute to share here with you guys, so you have to bear with me. So I wanted to turn on some frequencies. Because there are different frequencies out there that stimulate and maybe activate different things within us. Like today's frequency that I'm playing in the background music. It's the love frequency. It's good, soothing vibe. So I went to this channel this link that I've went to several times before. And it's all sounds, they're just sounds that you listen to. So this one's called DMT activation. And I find that I haven't listened to all of them, of course, but from the several that I have listened to, this one just seems to be a little bit different. And when I started those sounds, I had all my lights out and such, and that was when I kind of began to open up to my guides. And I wanted to take some time and speak to my guides and angels and teachers. And I just wanted to share with them some of what I was feeling and experiencing, and then also some of what I was desiring in terms of what I was trying to manifest and create with that little exercise. So it's like a 3-hour recording, and it turns out I fell asleep to it. However, prior to falling asleep, during the time when I was speaking to my guides, right, and then also after, it was the strangest thing, right? I just share everything with you guys, so just bear with me. It was the strangest thing, but I could feel it was kind of like one of those nervous muscle twitches that we sometimes get, right, where you just get a part on your body where the muscle just twitches. It's like I had that happening, but it was all right here throughout the crown of my head, which, I can, we can all move our ears a little bit. It was kind of that sensation and twitch. It wasn't uncomfortable at all. It was actually pretty comfortable. But I thought, wow, this is really interesting. Anyways, what I was asking for, in that exercise is I wanted to be able to open up my pineal gland further, right? My third eye, my mind's eye, which is it's very powerful, right? It's the pineal gland within all of us, and it's directly connected to some of these spiritual gifts that many of us, well, all of us have. It's just a matter of being able to connect with them, right? And I was desiring to be able to open up my pineal gland so that I can feel more connected, and feel more connected to my intuition, and to be able to receive more intuition. So yeah, it was an interesting experience. So if you guys ever, if any of you were interested, in looking up that frequency, you could do a search, and just do DMT activation, and I think that'll take you right to it. Anyways, it kind of has this purplish color and a head on the front of it, right, by way of an image. Okay, so here we are getting ready to step into the weekend, and we're looking to raise our vibration. We're looking to learn how to manifest more love and abundance, more joy and more happiness in our life. So that's what today's reading is all about for each and every one of us, right? Because all of our circumstances are different, right? Some of us may be seeking love, seeking that special person. Others may already be with that special person in that relationship. And then there are others that you might not be seeking that special person at all. You're just content and you're happy, with yourself. But you're looking to raise your vibration. So that's my goal of what I'm trying to accomplish in these readings, is being able to share a tarot reading that so many of you can connect with and recognize your energies, and that you can be open to receiving and taking away some of the insight, the guidance, and the messages that are shared. So, I love what I do. Okay, so I want to take just a moment here and tap the crystal healing bowl real quick. So I'm going to mute the music. And we're just going to let it sing to us for a minute, all right? And this is just a great time to take some deep breaths and just allow ourselves to clear our energy. Nice. From this end, I hope it was really nice on your end. I have a feeling it kind of was. It's still going. It's still going. All right, perfect. Thank you for letting me share that. Okay, let me just get our music back on here. And we'll start with today's tarot reading. So one thing that I've been thinking about quite a bit lately, right, is just intention, right? It's the power of intention. And actually, one of our soul family members sent me an email that was kind of elaborating, talking about that very thing and there was a link in there that they had sent me. So I watched the link, and yeah, it was very good. It was very mentally stimulating. I enjoy that kind of material. It really got me thinking. It got me thinking about, at the end of the day, I think there are, and this is just my own thoughts and feelings, I think that there are correct ways of doing things. I should say there are more effective, sometimes there can be more effective ways of doing things, just like there can be more effective materials and items and things, right, that maybe we use in the world of energy. But with what I feel, and I feel like all of those are helpful, but I don't think that any of them are absolutely mandatory, because I feel like the power of our intention trumps all things. That, as well as, I'm just going to call that blind faith, right? And I don't know, I'm becoming a big fan of that blind faith. And we've heard about it all throughout our lives. Most of us probably have, right? The importance of it. But I don't know, I may be hitting a place in my life where, mechanically I'm seeing truths and honesty come together, and these pieces meet and fit. And anyways, yeah. All right, thank you for letting me share. But yeah, and that's the thing that'll be kind of important for me to mention right now. I knew I wanted to roll that into something, but I lost track of it for a second. But what I wanted to mention, right, is that tarot readings, they're beautiful and they can be so informative and so helpful. However, they're not a crystal ball, right? Because a crystal ball would mean that, hey, choices have already happened. And the whole point of this experience that all of us are participating is our own individual choice, right? Yeah, I mean, in fact, here's a little exercise. If you want to, recognize an energy shift, see if you can connect to a circumstance, right, where somebody is losing their choice, in an unfair, I don't mean like a simple kind of choice. I mean a freedom, right? A real choice. And you can immediately feel that resistance in that energy. So having faith, right? We watch, we participate in these tarot readings and there's always insight and guidance there. But it hasn't happened yet, right? We need to do our part, right? And that's kind of the thing I want to point out is that tarot readings just give us a sense of what the energies ahead of us look like, so that we can be better prepared on how to attract the energies that we want and better prepared on how to avoid those energies that are limiting, that we are now aware of that they're out there, right? So choice is important, and at the top of that is your faith, right? Your faith and your belief. It's faith with works, faith and action together, because then it's up to us to be able to take our energy and invest it to try to manifest and create what it is that we have an understanding of, right? Okay, so we want to begin today's tarot reading by pulling an affirmation card, just to see which affirmation our guides feel would be best suited for us to hear, taking us into today's tarot love reading. I just glanced up at the clock, I'm like for 12 and a half minutes. So yeah, I did some Friday rambling here with you guys, but I enjoyed it. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Okay. Beautiful affirmation for today's tarot love reading. Just take a sip of water. Okay, we drew the affirmation of harvest. The number 43, which reduces to a 7. 7's a powerful number representing spiritual strength and wisdom. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. This is a long one, so I have to read it. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Okay. Beautiful affirmation, powerful affirmation. Yeah, so it looks like moving ahead of us. The energies are resonating out there for some real harvesting, right? Some manifestation in your life, which is a beautiful thing. So I want to take just a moment and read to us real quickly from the guidebook. And I already know today's tarot love reading is going to be a little bit longer than normal, so. 43, harvest. You have sown the seeds, done your work, and magically thought about your life. The time is now coming for you to harvest all the results of your actions, thoughts, and dreamings. What a momentous time, because it is through harvest that we learn who we have chosen to be and what we have chosen to do. The universe now guides you to look ahead, to see where you will be going, so you can make any necessary changes in the present moment, so that when you bring in your harvest, it will be good. If this spell chose you, the universe is telling you that the time is coming for the results of your words, actions, and thoughts to manifest in the world. You shall sow as you have reaped. What will your harvest be? You, more than anyone, know you have lived, know how you have lived, and what will be. Your destiny is so very much your own creation. This spell will help you bring the very best out of the coming harvest. Make any necessary adjustments and learn quickly, so that harvest shall be a time of bounty from this time forth. If you chose this spell, you know that you have a little more work to do and action to take to create the very best outward manifestation of your work. With this spell, you will learn more about what to do and where to focus in order to bring about the very best harvest for you and for yours. This harvest will sustain you, and you will learn so much as a result of casting the effective, practical, magical spell. Okay, I'm really glad we read that. It's powerful. It's beautiful. So, you know, many of us may be stepping into a time, moving ahead here, where, I don't know, maybe we've been trying to manifest and we've desired to create something in our life for some time, and spending energy to do that. And so it looks like, you know, from the affirmation, that many of us will be stepping into being able to experience that manifestation, to be able to experience that harvest coming together. But it does point out, right, for each of us that there is still some work to do. So, okay. So, I just want to make you aware. You may recognize, you may start to notice some longer pauses that I may take, right, and maybe even some moments of silence, right. And we always want them to be comfortable moments of silence, but I want to try, you know, spending my energy to give myself the opportunity to be able to listen and to be able to connect with intuition more, because I'm always looking and striving to try to become a better and a more effective tarot reader, right? To be able to enhance and diversify some of my skills and abilities. All right. I'm not sure if I was talking too much. I can't remember if I shuffled. So I'm going to shuffle it once more. Okay, opening energy, taking us into today's tarot love reading. Beautiful. We have the High Priestess. Love this energy, love this card. So, very intuitive times right now, right? And some of you may recognize this intuition, right? You may already feel it within you. Because, you know, most of us recognize that sometimes our intuition speaks louder than other times. And I feel like right now we're stepping into some very intuitive times. This is definitely a time to be able to give yourself the opportunity to connect with your intuition and trust your inner feeling. Trust your inner feeling to serve as your compass and your guide. She's surrounded by butterflies too, right? Butterflies representing rebirth, new starts and new beginnings. She stands above a crescent moon representing unseen energy. And so this is also a card of manifestation. Okay, tell us more. Sorry, I'm being really careful with this deck, right? Because it's a newer deck of cards, and when they're new, they're a little bit slippery. If you're not careful, they could get away from you. Okay. All right, we now have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a good energy. If you look at the images on the card, you see 8 unicorns. They're charging down this mountain, right? So they're coming in, and they're coming in quickly. So the energy in this card represents speed, right? Quickness, movement. Okay. We now have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands represents fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Pages are messengers. So generally this is news coming into you. So it could be a message that some of you could be receiving from a fire sign. If so, it'd probably be a younger energy. So it could be a visit in person. It could be an email, a phone call, a text. But a message coming in. All right, tell us more. Tell us more. Okay, one card flipped. It was on the very bottom and it flipped over completely. And I was being patient and waiting for this one, right? Because it's an important energy. It's showing up at the center of today's tarot love reading. Very appropriate, right? We have the Two of Cups. Beautiful energy. So showing up at the center of the reading puts some extra importance. Oh, sorry, bad eye itch. Sorry. So put some extra importance and significance on this energy. But yeah, this represents the energy of two people coming together. They're coming together in union, right? And it's an amazing energy between these two people. The love and the connection that these two individuals that they share together. And they're both aware of this love and this connection, right? They're so comfortable in their own skin. They're both naked, right? So they're standing in this water. They're up to their waist in water. They're standing under a full moon. So there's a lot of emotion and feeling and love that's connected with this energy and these two people. They both have their hand on this cup as they share this cup of emotions and love. Okay, too many cards. Okay, sorry, still too many cards. Okay, so coming in next to the Two of Cups, we now have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles represents earth sign energy. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Queen, so we think of female, which will be the case for many of you, but doesn't have to be the case. So the Queen of Pentacles, fantastic energy. She's a seasoned energy, as very experienced in life, right? So this isn't a youthful, inexperienced energy. Quite contrary, it's just the opposite. She brings an amazing amount of experience to the table. Very talented. The kind of talent and balance that she maintains, the ability to kind of keep the balance at home, right, as well as balance in the workplace. Great at paying attention to details and fantastic in the work field. So some of you could be desiring a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or you may be an earth sign, or you may just be carrying that energy. cards are really making me earn them today. Okay. All right, so coming in next to the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Death card, which is also the card of Scorpio. So some of you may have a Scorpio in your life that would be a pretty significant and pretty meaningful relationship. A beautiful card and a beautiful energy is it's in many ways this is a transformational kind of energy. So for many this can represent something in your life coming to an ending, and it's an appropriate ending. It's a proper good ending. It's an ending that allows you to be able to remove some energies in your life that are just no longer serving you, and it frees up space in your life for you to be able to bring in, right, new energies represented by the light that's illuminating through the sky. New energies, new beginnings into your life. There's an inscription on the headstone, right? It's written in Latin, but translated it says, "Life is changed, not taken." Right? That's important. Okay, coming in underneath the Eight of Wands, we have the King of Swords. So King of Swords represents, it's a good energy, represents air sign energy. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. King, so we think of male energy, but again, it doesn't have to be. King of Swords, he's a very serious energy, right? Maybe doesn't have the best sense of humor because he's kind of stoic and serious, but you know, he's searching for truth, right? And he's only interested in gathering and gaining the truth. That's really all that he wants to. That's all that really he uses. Just won't waste his energy on distractions and gossip and drivel and things like that. Way too many cards on that one. Okay, perfect. I know a card flipped, so I need to find it now. You know, I realize today's reading is taking a little bit longer, but I really like the reading that we're getting, right? There's because the cards, for the most part, they're all flipping or falling out individually, which I always enjoy more. Okay, so coming in now underneath the Page of Wands, we have the Strength card, which is the card of Leo. So some of you could be in a relationship with a Leo, or you may be a Leo. Beautiful energy, but this is the universe's way of recognizing and pointing out your inner strength, right? This is coming in under the Page of Wands. So it's connected to the message that's coming in. Yeah, so I feel like for some of you, the message that's coming into you, right? That could be coming in by way of a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Whatever that message is comprised of, right? The exchange, the cause and the effect, if you will, right? The effect for you is, I feel like, well, like the read says, it helps you to be able to recognize your inner strength, right? It's beautiful. Okay. All right, coming in under the Two of Cups now, we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, pretty important energy as it's showing up at the center of today's tarot love reading. It's a good energy. If you look at the figure on the card, she's been in battle. She's chosen to lie down her swords, and she's walking the other direction. Right, so her swords they can represent different things for each of us, right? They can represent disappointments of some way, right? Setbacks, past failures, past It could even represent, right, a previous connection between these two people, right? So I think for some of you, right, I think this can represent, for some of you, you may have already been together before, right? And so when you're together with somebody and then there's a split up, right, it's rarely is it ever a beautiful split up. Usually it's difficult, right? There are swords that are involved, and this is a willingness of either one or two people, willingness to lie down your swords, right, to let go of the past, right, past disappointments, heartbreaks, failures, sadness, grief, let go of all of it and walk towards love. Okay, coming in under the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, like all night energies, it's an energy you can count on showing up. Knight of Swords, this is a mental energy, so I feel like he's bringing in a truth, right? This is a truth coming in for somebody, right? And I feel like, yeah, so this truth that's coming in, there's some real, it matters. It's heartfelt, and that's exactly, it's authentic, this truth that's coming in. And I think this truth for some could be coming in by way of a Queen of Pentacles. It's a very heartfelt and meaningful and authentic truth, right? And by that, I'm saying that because you can trust it. Okay, coming in underneath the Death card, we now have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is a good energy. She's been in battle. She's chosen to take rest, and she's chosen to take rest on top of a hill to give herself the advantage of being above, so she can see anything that's approaching from below. Who's watching her back? Her companion, the lion, representing power and strength. He's there, ready to alert her of anything approaching that direction. Beautiful energy. Okay, we have two energies taking us out of today's tarot love reading. First energy is the Four of Cups, which is a limiting energy. It represents the energy of boredom, of feeling like there's just more that's available for you to experience. There's more joy and more happiness, love and abundance available to you, but feeling disconnected from it, right? Feeling like life's a little bit unfulfilled. Coming in next to that is a beautiful energy. It's our guidance, it's our advice, right? The Seven of Pentacles represents the energy of manifesting, right? She's manifested, she's been working in the field, working hard to manifest these Seven Pentacles. And now that she's manifested these Seven Pentacles, she's taking time to rest and reflect and to think about, what is it that I want to manifest next? Do I want to manifest more of the same, right? Do I want to manifest a little bit differently? But this is an actual, I mean, the choice is entirely up to you. And this is the cure for boredom, right? Because you get to create and manifest whatever you'd like. Yeah, so I think for some of you, you maybe for a while, maybe you've been in a state, right? An emotional state where you're feeling and you're recognizing those energies of boredom, right? Of feeling dissatisfied in life. Because I feel like some of you, some of us, you know, we maybe carried that energy for a little while, and you know, we're stepping into a time with opportunities and such, and truths that are coming into us, and our ability to be able to let go of the past. Right? Just to let go completely and to be able to accept and embrace new beginnings. That's going to take care of this energy of boredom for many of us. Okay, so I'm done with today's tarot love reading. I need to take a minute, look at the cards, see where they're at in terms of relationship to each other, and see and feel what they want to share by way of messages. I've kind of been sharing it all along, but now I can kind of share it start to finish. So hang on just a few minutes while I do this, and I'll come right back and share the whole reading with you. For those of you that don't want to listen to the soothing background music for a moment, you can fast forward. Thanks. Okay, so I think I'm ready now. Yeah, really like this reading. It's a good reading. Okay, so opening affirmation taking us into today's tarot love reading is harvest, right? So the universe letting us know that moving ahead, right? We're stepping into a time where for many of you, moving into a time of being able to experience some harvest of love that you've been desiring, right? For many of you, it's love, it's romantic love. For others, it's a friendship. It's a connection, but it's a powerful, strong connection, and you've been desiring that for a long time. And I feel like many of you are stepping into a time where this is going to begin to manifest and come together. But keep in mind, the affirmation said that there's still work to do. There's still work to do. Okay. Opening energy taking us into today's tarot love reading is the High Priestess. Beautiful energy. The universe letting us know that to trust our intuition, trust our inner feeling and our guide. Trust it if you're trying to manifest and create love in your life. So coming in next, we have speed and we have movement, and we have attached to that we have this King of Swords. Right, so I feel like this King of Swords, right, for many of you, has movement and speed coming in, something coming into his atmosphere, and I feel like he's ready for it. Yeah, it feels very, very comfortable, these two energies together. Like he's aware that this is coming in, and he's ready to receive it. Right, he's ready to receive it and build upon it. Then we go to the Page of Wands, which represents the energy of some of you may have a message coming into you by way of a fire sign, a younger energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This message that comes into you, and I feel like the message is, for many, it can be connected to this truth on this Knight of Swords, but it's a meaningful, heartfelt truth. Right, it's connected to this message, and for many of you, when you hear it, when you recognize it, receive it, and receive it with open arms, because I feel like in this reading, it's very authentic, and it will bring you alive, right? Help you to connect with your power. Maybe just the validation and the recognition for yourself that you know what, you're manifesting this, and giving you that inner strength and power. Okay, and it's definitely a tarot love reading today, right? Because showing up at the center of today's tarot love reading, we have the Two of Cups, and underneath that, the Six of Swords, which represents, right, for many of you, right, these two people coming together for the first time, right? For others, I feel like you've maybe been together before, right? And for whatever reason, things may not have worked out, right? When things don't work out, there can be some resistance and some there can be some reservations and some hesitation, some fears. This is a willingness, right, to lie down those fears, lie down that past failure, and let that go completely in order to walk forward and walk towards a new beginning, a new love. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and coming in underneath that, the Knight of Swords. Right, so I feel like for many of you, this truth that's coming into you could be coming in from a Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, right? And it's a heartfelt, authentic, and meaningful truth, right? The kind of truth you can count on. Okay, and then we have the Death card, which represents something coming to an ending in order for something else to begin. And coming in underneath that is the Nine of Wands, which represents the universe letting us know to pay attention, to be alert, right? For many, it's being alert to recognize that something will in fact need to end in order for something to begin. Just having an awareness of that. For others, may have a Scorpio in your life that's playing a pretty significant and important role. Yeah, and I feel like these two cards just kind of, they give a snapshot overview of everything, of just going from the energy of feeling like life isn't passionate, feeling somewhat bored and discontented, to knowing that you have the ability to manifest and to change all this, and that you are now moving into a time of great harvest, right? So if you're feeling heavy and weighed down and burnt out, hang in there, right? Stay strong, because, you know, this is about to change. But it's up to us to change it. Okay, guys, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share this reading with you. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I feel like there's some great messages, some good insight, guidance, and direction in this reading. Keep in mind, this is not a personal reading. It's a reading for the general, for the collective. I do personal readings if you're interested in getting one. My pricing is I charge $60, and I send you your own private link to your own personal 30-minute read. And it's a read that pertains to you specifically, so it gets a lot more interesting. Anyways, thank you. Thank everybody for all your love and support, all your comments, likes, subscribes, all your views, for sharing the channel and sharing the reads like many of you have done. Yeah, I'm deeply indebted, and I want to thank all of you for the beautiful contributions and the donations that many of you have made towards the channel. This is what I do, so this is kind of how I make my living. So your contributions, they make a difference. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, weekend's here. Let's have a beautiful weekend. Thanks.